modern dream girl? How do you know if you're a man's dream girl? Why should I even care? Well, these are great questions. Welcome to The Modern Dream Girl and my very first real YouTube video. I'm Chloe Juliett. If we haven't met, I'd love for you to stick around and subscribe because we are going to answer all of your questions. Maybe not in this video, but in the next one's coming up. So stick around and let's just get right to it. What the heck is a modern dream girl? Well, when we think of dream girl, we tend to think of somebody who is soft and sexy, someone who is centering men, someone who is appealing to men. She wants to attract men. While a modern dream girl is something that I came up with to describe a different type of dream girl. The dream girl who centers herself, because welcome to 2025, where we are decentering men and we are centering ourselves. And whether or not your goal in life is to get married or have children, being a modern dream girl can benefit absolutely any woman. While the stereotypical dream girl is very outward appearance based, very femininity based, the modern dream girl is different in that she focuses on the inner. It's more about the inner, which means that absolutely any woman can be a modern dream girl. It's not about characterizing women and characterizing femininity and playing it out a certain way. It's not about having your nails done or anything like that. A modern dream girl can be more tomboyish. She can be outgoing. She can be shy. It doesn't matter. She could be a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor. The universal traits of a modern dream girl are on the inside. She has high self-esteem and she has strong boundaries. With all that said, the modern dream girl, she centers herself. She's pouring from an overflowing cup. She is not centering men. If a man appeals to her, she will welcome him to join into her beautiful life. But she is not working towards attracting a man. Why the heck does any of this matter? Whether you're coming at it from a relationship perspective or just a self-help perspective, well, the modern dream girl, she centers herself, which means that she's going to grow her self-esteem. She's going to work on her self-esteem. When you do these things, you are naturally less inclined to put up with people's toxicity and the issues that you had before, because as a result of having a high self-esteem, your boundaries get stronger. You naturally enact these boundaries. And that's why so much in dating is so complicated, because women have all of these questions on the basis by base thing that happens in their relationship. But if you work on your inner self, you will know the answers to all of your questions. They will immediately come to you. So far, the modern dream girl is about centering yourself, but it also is going to have a lot of relationship advice, because I know that is what so many people are interested in. And it's a fine and healthy thing to want partnership, to want marriage, and even to want children. You know, like, we are still humans. We still have biology. And if you still want those things, that's not bad. That's not a bad thing. It's not a shortcoming. But women need to approach these things in a much different way in the big old year of 2025. Biggest questions that I get on my platforms, though, are how do you know you are a man's dream girl, and what do you do for your husband that gets him to treat you so well? And to quickly answer those two questions, one is it's much quicker to understand that you are not a man's dream girl. It took me 9 years to conclude that I am my husband's dream girl. I actually did not get on TikTok at all until last year. And it was then, after some time, that I came across dream girl content and I was like, oh, I'm my husband's dream girl. And through this, I learned that so many marriages are not like this at all. And I knew that half of marriages ended in divorce and this and that, but I didn't understand that the other half of marriages that survive were full of marriages where the woman is doing everything for the man and the man is unappreciative. The modern dream girl understands that you cannot speed run a relationship. Building an authentic connection, it takes time to build. So we cannot immediately know that we are a man's dream girl. And I know a huge thing right now is I don't want to waste my time in relationships. The way that we stop wasting time in relationships is not by speed running through building an authentic connection, because also that shows men that you have insecurities because you are not comfortable in sitting in your own. You need a partner. How you're going to stop wasting time in these relationships is you're going to leave at the first red flag. You're going to leave the second you notice you're not his dream girl, if that's what's important to you. Sticking around after a man has already waved a red flag and finding out how it gets worse, that's where you're wasting your time in relationship. What do I do for my husband that makes him treat me this way? This is another thing to understand, is it has nothing to do with what I do for him, but it does have a lot to do with what I don't do for him. When you meet a man who has this capacity to be a true provider. And a true provider is a man who provides more than just money. A man who only provides money is not a provider. He's a fake provider. Real providers provide peace. They protect your peace. They provide you with emotional stability and support. Stability and support. It was like a lot of general information and we didn't dive too deeply here. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'm going to come at you with a second video as soon as I possibly can. And I'm super excited to be launching this Modern Dream Girl YouTube. And I cannot wait to spend more time with you in our community here of Dream Girls.